Good morning and welcome back to Tight Lining Maryland. It has been a long time since I've made a good video. I've just been busy. Honestly, just to give a quick update, guiding's been going great. I've done 7 trips so far this summer, which I think is pretty good considering it's not really the peak of the season. And I've got to meet a lot of really great people. I've got to have a lot of really cool experiences, and I'm just feeling very privileged and blessed. So thank you for those that have gone out on trips with me, and for those that have been considering it. Hopefully, you know, you and I can share a stream soon. But nevertheless, we are out on the stream today. We're doing what I love best, which is chasing wild trout in small streams. It's a really cool, unique stream. It's one in which has a wild population of browns as well as native brook trout. Hopefully we'll get into both today, no guarantees, but we'll try. We're gonna be using a dry dropper setup, so I'm excited to do that here on this tiny stream. But anyway, it's just gonna be nice to produce something of quality just because I haven't had the time to really get out and fish much for myself, as well as then obviously edit a video too. So thank you as always for tuning back in. I hope you enjoy, and let's try to get some fish on the board for you. There we go. Hooked into one. Don't know what we got, but we'll find out in a sec. Looks like a wild brownie. Gotta get him away from this rock, or he gets me hung up and lose him. There we go. Dogging me into these rocks. Oh, and this guy took me not only in the rocks, but he took me in a little tree. Yeah, we're gonna lose this guy. I would almost guarantee it. There he goes. Just broke off my nymph. Ah, that stinks. Bad start to the day. Didn't fight that guy good. So, lost a wild brown here in this little hole, and he just, he ran me up and then brought me right back down. There's a little bit of an undercut here with this rock and then a tree branch that was in there and popped the nymph right off. So bad start to the day, but still fun to get one pretty quick. was a fish. I want to lose, that's a nice fish too. I want to lose 2 playing around. Let's get him away from these rocks. These fish, man, they know how to lose a fly, that's for sure. This guy's been eating good. Unfortunately, I gotta get my net right to land this fish. Let's get to the back of the hole. There we go. Slide him in. All right, our first fish of the day. Phew. Knew there had to be one in there. So it looks like we picked up our first wild trout to the net. We lost one earlier back there in the beginning of that hole. All right, so here's this guy. Gorgeous wild brownie, freestoner. So real quick, let's just kind of go over the setup and tell you a little bit about what we're using today. That way, hopefully, if you had any questions about it, I can answer them for you here in this little segment. For our rod, we've got our Cortland Nymph series. It's a 10-foot, 6-inch 4-weight. Nice versatile rod that I've been using with the guiding service. Paired with that, we've got a Taylor reel, and that Taylor is an Enigma 2.0. It's got a little brown trout design on there that I really like. And anyway, the point is that this balances out the rod pretty good. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it's really close. But a really nice setup here. I really like this Cortland Nymph series rod. As many of you know, if you've been watching the channel, I typically use a Syndicate 10-foot 3-weight, but this 10.6.4 has been really nice too. At some point, I'd be interested to use like an 11-foot and a 2-weight, and maybe down the road we'll get one of those just to see it. But anyway, that's a little bit about that. Let's talk about the leader. I've got on there a standard, what I want to call it standard, a European nymph leader that I've created, and basically what it boils down to is you could either get and I've done a video on this, I'll put it up on the top, but a 10-foot or excuse me, a 10-pound or 12-pound, either one, but preferably 10 pound Maxima chameleon. I usually put on there about 20 to 24 feet of that, and then I basically, without having to taper it, put on a tippet ring right at the end of that, tie in my sighter, and then go straight to tippet. So anyway, the point is that today we're doing something a little bit you know, sensitive in nature. That dry dropper is it's gonna cruise really nicely through some of these riffles and runs, and I think give us a good chance to get fish on top as well as subsurface with the nymph. So let's get into fishing, and hopefully we can put a few in the basket. All right, so we're coming up on a section of water that's got a really great pool, almost like I don't want to call it a plunge pool, but a really heavy riffle that leads into this pool. And the other day when we were out here, I fished it with a friend of mine, and I gave him the rights to the hole. It was his first time fly fishing, and he ended up hooking a really substantial brown trout out of it and still caught a really nice brookie out of it. So we're gonna fish this back part first, and we're gonna get up to the heavy riffle where we've got you know, moving water, current, as well as a little bit of a lay down in there. But there's some nice fish coming up through these runs that we're about to get into, and I'm pretty excited to hopefully put a couple of those on film for you if they're willing to participate. Unfortunately, we were just here, I think it was 3 days ago, and my friend that hooked the nice fish, that one broke him off. So if we get one, he's probably got a fly still in his face. So we'll see about that, but let's try to get one here in this next set of water. Okay, there's nothing there. There we go. Got a dry fly eat. Cool. Very cool. Oh, I was hoping we'd get one of those on film. What do we get here? Oh, we got a native brookie. How about that? Cool. All right, so we just got a nice dry fly eat on a brookie right here. Took the stimulator. We're using a size, I think it's 14 stimulator. And then underneath the dropper, we've got about a 1.5 foot to a little fast water series nymph from Lively Legs. But they're gonna hit both today for sure. We've got a little bit of a hot spot on this, almost looks like a case caddis. And then we've got our stimulator on. But since we just got a dry fly eat, what I usually like to do is after you catch one or two, whether it's even on the nymph, to be honest with you, when that stimulator or whatever you're using gets kind of taken under, hit it with a little bit of the magic dust, and you know, that iridescence will do a lot of good to your fly to get you a good solid drift. So we're gonna keep working. I still think there could be another fish in this hole, but the bigger fish is on the hole just up ahead. So hopefully we'll really get into that guy. Nice fish in there. So something moved on the jig streamer as I pulsed it. Ah! And I just missed him right there. Nice take. Doubt we'll get multiple chances at him because I stung him a little bit. Damn. Nice fish too. Came out from that rock and was willing to play for us. It's a dark little shadow that was in there. Darn, darn, darn. Damn, hit it again. I don't know if you could see that, but there he is. Ooh, look at this rainbow. We might go for the trifecta with this fish. Nice fish too. Nice fish. Ooh. Nice fish. Cool. That is pretty awesome. And that jig streamer popped out immediately. So, to the best of my knowledge, they stock this, and this is probably just a really nice holdover. But really pretty fish. Yeah, just a dark figure that was coming out from underneath of a rock, and luckily we were graced to put him on film for you. All right, let's release this guy. Take a quick look at how big he is. He's probably about 12 inches or so. Yeah, somewhere in that range. Probably 11, 12 inches. Alright, so the other day when we were here, we picked up a couple fish right here in this little run. Let's get our jig streamer out real quick. So let's see if we can't duplicate those results right here on the top of this run. There we go. That's a nice fish. Another nice rainbow. Oh. He was not in there the other day. Really nice rainbow. Feel my drag. I haven't had that happen in a long time. It's not like he's even a huge fish, but there we go. There we go. Slammed the jig streamer. Fatty. Probably been sitting in here for a while. Woo. Where were you the other day, man? I was here. Where were you? Gorgeous fish. Gorgeous fish. Cool, cool, cool. So the Euro nymphing approach with this jig streamer paid off. I mean, it's just got that heavy bead to get it down quick. You've got this faster current where, you know, if I was using a dry dropper, it's going to get pushed through really fast. Whereas if you put on maybe a double nymph, but definitely a jig streamer, but double nymph would probably get it done too, it's going to drive those flies down depending upon how you make your cast, get them down deep where these fish are hanging out, and hopefully yield you a nice fish. So glad we got one out of this rock. That was kind of luck. I didn't expect that, but it had the depth, so we tried it, got one, and then we came up here and got another rainbow. So let's keep moving on up. Let's see if we can't pick up some more fish and you know, make this film even better for you.